Welcome back to History in Motion, proudly brought to you by Midas.
Before the break, I asked you a quick question. Who holds the lap record around Swartkops? It is Andre Besaidenout in his Dallara BMS 189 Cosworth F1 with a lap time of 58.839 seconds, and it was set in March 2008.
We're back, and we jump straight in with the Marlboro Crane Hire Pre-77 Historic Saloons F, and H. The category is mixed with many different cars, each with its own little niche for racing, and this category is all about close racing and dicing. How was Marco Fave feeling?
A bit nervous. I've got a lot of cars to catch and pass to get in front of G, but I think we can do it.
Like Swartkops, not raining, so I'm a bit more confident today than I was last time, and really having fun. Love it. It's very easy, it's simple, it's cheap to maintain, and I'm still way behind the car, so for now it's fine.
Looking at the grid for race 1, and it's Quentin Willis on pole in the Midas Ford Escort Mark II, Johan Prince alongside him, Mossie Morstadt in third with Marius Verwey in fourth, Willem Forster fifth, and James Venter rounding out the top 6. The cars make their way around turn 8 and slowly put the power on, waiting for the red lights to go off. And the race is on with Quentin Willis diving into turn 1, trying to hold the inside line for turn 2 as he fends off Johan Prince. The rest of the field jostling for position as they make their way around the first bend. As they make their way round turn 2, we see Mossie Morstadt in his white Datsun taking on Marius Verwey in his red, white and blue Datsun as they round the bend side by side. Ian Morgan having a bit of a moment there as his Mercedes-Benz 280E runs wide, costing him 3 positions. Back with the leaders as they head towards turn 4. Graham Donker in his little Mini having fun as he tries to catch the Alpha of James Venter in front of him. Oh no, Quentin Willis has lost the back end of the car and is being shot across the track. Now Johan van der Walt has gone really wide and goes off into the dirt as well. We go on board with Matthijs Snell and we can see van der Walt rejoining the race. A replay of Willis is off from the seat of Jacques Morstadt. We see a stranded Willis and it seems his race is over. Back with the pack into turn 2 and it's Paul Manigault having a look up the inside of Justin Jacobs. Marco Fave is feeling the pressure from Div Hoffman as they head up to the speed and sound sweep. Coming towards Castrol Corner, we see Dewald Nel slide up the inside of Ilani Fonk and take the position as they head up the hill. Fonk hasn't given up the chase though as she tries to keep Nel in her sights. On board now with Justin Jacobs as he tries to search for a way past the 280E Mercedes-Benz of Ian Morgan. He doesn't seem to be finding a gap though. Graham Donker meanwhile has closed the gap to James Venter heading into turn 2, where the lighter, more nimble Mini has the cornering advantage. But the 72 Alpha GT Junior's larger motor gives Venter the edge on the straights. Ilani Fonk drives round the outside of Dewald Nel into turn 1. This will set her up nicely on the inside line for turn 2. We watch the action unfold from Justin Jacobs' view as he follows the battle. But Jaco Kranau has lost the back end of his car and spins out in front of Jacobs, forcing him to slow down to a near stop to avoid a collision. Paul Manigault has made the most of the situation and he now sticks his nose past the Datsun and they're side by side as they round speed and sound, and Manigault pulls ahead as they head for Castrol Corner. Kranau manages to get going and rejoins the race with much work to do. Coming round the final bend, and it's Nikita Nel holding Matthijs Nel at bay, and we see Quentin Willis has managed to rejoin the race, but has a lot of work to do as he carves his way back up the order. On board now with Matthijs Nel as he looks on the inside of Nikita Nel as they charge to turn 1. He lifts off just a moment so both cars can make it round the corner, but this causes him to lose some ground to her, and Nikita maintains her position. Manigault Gold in his red and yellow Alpha Julia is giving chase as he looks to try and get round Ilani Fonk and her red Ford Escort as they head up to turn 5. Graham Donker is still attached to James Fenter with a bungee rope as they head into turn 1, and Donker has a look down the inside of Fenter. But Fenter sets himself up in the middle of the track, trying to close any opportunity Donker may have of getting by. Wiley driving there by the pair. Rion Daru in his 1957 Ford Prefect makes his way past Fanny Kloppers, but that big 280e Mercedes-Benz just seems to have more of a straight-line horsepower edge over the little Prefect, as now Kloppers has a look down the inside of the Prefect as they head up to turn 5. At the top of the tabletop, Rion Daru outbrakes himself and spins out, gifting the position to Fanny Kloppers. You can see Daru is frustrated with his error as he battles to rejoin the race. Rounding the final bend for the final time in race 1, it's Johan Prince who takes victory, followed by Mossi Morstadt in second. As the rest of the field makes their way round, it's Paul Manigault just keeping ahead of Ilani Fonk, who has Justin Jacobs on her tail. Looking at the results, it's Marius Frevet in third, Coral Voss fourth, with James Fenter narrowly edging out Graham Donker by 0.3 of a second for 5th place.
Just didn't have the speed down the straights, and in the corners he's in my way. I got next to him quite a few times, and I watched his face in the mirror. His eyes were this big, but then he pulls away on the straight again.
No, it's a great race. I'm glad I managed to end up in front of him. Those last few laps when it started spitting, it started getting very slippery, and just a little bit of power extra helped me through.
It was fantastic. It was just an extension of Pakisa. We just can't get away from each other. We try and try, then I'm in front, then Rion's in front, but I had a fantastic race.
I struggled to stick with Fanny Kloppers. He's much quicker than he used to be before during the year, and there's quite a great competition for us.
I just want to say thanks to everybody involved, Uncle Paul here and Ilani keeping me honest. It was a great battle. We had a fantastic race.
We raced because of the camaraderie and the close battles. And it was a really tough race, and Ilani was very fair. I crept up, and it took me a long time to get there, and then she just gave me that little bit of a gap. And she was really, really fair, and thank you very much, Ilani, for that. She could have closed the door and kicked me back, but...
It was great fun. Devil kept me on my toes the whole race through. And you have to give and take the whole race through just to enjoy it, and we had lots of fun.
Race 2 begins, and Johan Prince is off to a fantastic start as he looks to try and pull a gap away from Mossi Morstadt as they head into turn 1. Marius Frevet is close behind Morstadt and has the inside line going into turn 2. The pair are side by side. Breaking into turn 2, we see Graham Donker managing to get ahead of James Fenter and now has a look down the inside line of Coral Voss. Rion Daru seems to have some fight left in him after race 1 as he takes a look up the inside of the larger rival Fanny Kloppers in the big blue Mercedes. Heading onto the back straight, we get to see the lead pack with a great mix of cars in the category, including the man who made the 280e Mercedes-Benz known on the Historic Tour, Colin Keane, who is being chased down by the Castrol Mini of Brian Hasty. Up the hill they go, and we see Coral Voss on the inside of Marius Frevet, but he just hasn't got the power needed to make the move stick. Graham Donker's Mini is hot on his heels, waiting for the smallest of errors. We jump on board with Justin Jacobs, who has a bit of a spectacle in front of him as Dierwold Nel gets a bit loose under braking and heads into the gravel. Dierwold Nel rejoins the race just behind the green Fords of Matthijs and Nikita Nel. Matthijs Nel tries to capitalize as Nikita slowed down to avoid bumping into Dierwold Nel. And it's Dierwold Nel who makes his way past Matthijs, having regained his composure and speed after his excursion. Nikita Nel is in Dierwold Nel's slipstream and gets pulled along past Grandad, Matthijs Nel. Marco Fauvet makes his way past Dierwold Nel with Issy da Silva hot on his heels as the trio charge into turn 1. Da Silva tries to take a look on the inside of Frevet, but has the door firmly shut on him, and now Nikita Nel tries to drive round the outside of both of them. almost 3 abreast, they exit turn 2 and head towards 3. Nikita Nell has passed to Silver and Matej Snell goes past as well. Matej has a look down the inside of Nikita heading towards Castrol Corner, but it's not close enough to make the move. Issy da Silva is right on his bumper as they make their way up to 5. On board with Matej Snell and he pulls to the inside of Nikita. He tries to go late on the brakes, hoping to slip past Nikita, but it's still not close enough to make use of it. Great dice between the pair, but it's granddaughter Nikita who holds the advantage. Making our way back to the front, it's Marius Freve who moves to the inside of Morsi Morstad and makes the pass for first place. Carl Forst attempts the same move as they head into turn 6, but Morstad has the speed over him and keeps him back. The lead pair are really close as they head around turn 8 and onto the start-finish straight. This is really going to be a battle to the line. Further back down the field, it's a battle of the giants as Johan van der Walt dives on the inside of Ian Morgan's Mercedes-Benz. And now Ilani Fonk is overtaking Morgan as they charge into turn 1. Going onto the back straight, it's Colin Keane who makes a move and overtakes Johan Prince. Up the hill they go towards Sassel Corner, and the 2 blue Datsuns are side by side as they enter the corner. Jacques Morstedt makes his move down the inside and gets past Johan Prince. After his race 1 victory, Prince won't be happy with the situation as he drops down to 8th place. Coming into Goldwagen Corner, he was runner-up in race 1, but Morsi Morstad takes the checkered flag and victory in race 2. A great race by him. Confirmation of the results, and Marius Freve in 2nd. Diovold Nell takes Class G honours, with Rion Deroux winning Class H.
It was great, it was nice. My granddaughter gave me a lesson today. She gave Grandpa hiding. Good and proper.
Well, old dogs can learn new tricks, so we'll see what we can teach us like.
Well, we're going well. The head car's getting a little bit of gearbox problems.
Is that what happened? Is that why you retired?
Yeah, that's why I retired.
After the break, we have some great racing from the Mark cars on the Midas Historic Tour.